Hi guys, welcome to my apartment tour. I have been meaning to do this for a while, but I just got done with spring cleaning, so I figured I'd do it now. We live in downtown Detroit. This apartment is about 900 square feet, 1 bed, 1 bath, laundry is in-house, which is fantastic. This is our first apartment together, so I really tried my best to make it super cozy and as pretty as possible. On a budget though, because I am always on a budget. I'll show you some of the DIYs and interior design and decorating things that I did. Most of them don't require that much skill, not that many tools, not that much time, and I'll walk you through all of those. And maybe even make a couple of videos after this on specific projects that I did. I'm thinking that since it's quarantine and you guys have maybe some free time on your hands, you could start on some of these projects. And yeah, I just wanted to share all of that with you. Let's get started. So when you first enter, this is what you see. We have a little entryway, and to the left we have the kitchen, which I will go into detail about in a second. And then to the right we have our laundry room, closet, storage space, everything. This is a view of the entryway when you are leaving. On this side I have some hooks that I put up. They're all from Amazon and I'll link that below. We did have to drill into the drywall for this. Our apartment is okay with that. They just say that when we leave we just have to refill the holes, or we pay $25 to have all of the holes filled in and any paint that we did repainted over, which I think is a steal. And then on this side I have this mirror that we hung up. I got it from Target and it was a pretty good deal. I think it was like 20 bucks. Oh yeah, and then the hangers on the other side were probably like 10 bucks for all of them, not expensive at all. So our laundry room, when we first came in here, there was actually a sliding door here and we took it straight off. Apartment didn't mind. We realized that when the sliding door opened, it would open into the front door and it would just make it super cramped. And we felt like taking these doors off would just make everything feel more open concept, which is what we were going for. Inside we have some racks that came with the apartment, and we also have a rack actually underneath here too. And I use this to store all of the coats and jackets in general, the bulky things. We use it for a little bit of storage up above as well. We have all of Chumley's shoes in here because we did not have room in the closet, and you think I have a shoe addiction. Over on this side we have the washer dryer. That is our little Christmas tree. We are super thankful that this came with washer dryer. This cabinet actually was in our old house, in my old house. I took the top off and I just got some wood from Home Depot, sanded it down, and I stained it, and then I nailed it back to the top of this. And then I also just took some furniture spray paint and redid these doors. That took like an afternoon, not bad at all. And we use this more as a storage unit as well. And then on top, we have this basket full of scarves, hats, our quarantine masks, and disposable gloves. And then where I store all of the cleaning supplies, our laundry stuff, and then a random box with some stuff I have to return when quarantine is over. I also just really need you guys to read this because this is my pride and joy. I think it's hilarious. This is an Asian household, so whenever you enter, you put your shoes right there. Onto the kitchen. I honestly didn't do that much decorating in here. I love real plants, and I would have loved to put some real plants in here, but they would have died. This kitchen doesn't get that much light. Basically, this is our stove. We have a microwave, our refrigerator, all of that came included with the apartment. Not to mention my saving grace, this dishwasher. And I don't know if you guys were brought up in an Asian household, but dishwashers were never a thing, and if you had one, they were just a drying rack, and I am so thankful that I no longer have to wash dishes by hand, and I could just put it in this thing. So here we have some cooking utensils that Chumley uses. We have the cutting board that Chumley uses. I got these amber glass dispensers. I also got label makers. I just labeled everything and I think it looks really cute. I got this trash can from Amazon, I believe. I'll link it below. It is so cool, and now every time I walk up to a regular trash can, I forget what I have to do. We have the fridge, which stores all of Chumley's mom's cooking because that's all we eat. And then over here we have a really large countertop, which comes in handy when Chumley is cooking. Over here we have a little tea station because both of us are addicted to tea. So when you enter the living room through the little entryway, you see the full living room. You can see the really nice views that we have. And you can see down the hallway to our bedroom and bathroom. I just wish this whole wall was just gone and we had a total open concept apartment. That would be great. This little stand was given to me by my mom, and I couldn't say no because I thought it was so pretty with like the marble slab and the wood. We just put all of our junk there that we grab before we leave too. And then we have a vase that my mom also gave me that I couldn't say no to. And you'll see around the apartment there's a lot of pieces like this where one of our parents gave it to us and we just think it's really pretty and we couldn't say no, or some sort of Sri Lankan artifact that doesn't necessarily go with the decor, but it is who we are, so we still put everything on display. So this little eat-in area, I got the 2 green chairs, I believe from Amazon, and then I got the black chair from Amazon as well. Some of the cushion covers are from Amazon. This table was actually in the basement of my old house, and I refinished it. So I sanded the tabletop down and I restained it and then sanded the bottom part down and then spray painted with furniture spray paint. And yeah, that is the table. The bottom part used to be this really horrid puke green color. And that's why I wanted black instead. And then the tabletop was super scratched down, so I fixed that. And I just have to point out this amazing print. It's all the commands that you can give cats and how they don't listen. How awesome is that? I just have a candle, a little candle holder, even though there's no candle in it, and then a little water jug from Ikea, along with some placemats from Ikea. This, again, I think from Amazon, this little chandelier, it was like 35 bucks. Super amazing. If you couldn't tell, we have this mirror wall behind this little table nook, and it is really nice. And also, you can take selfies. This clock we got at home, and it is beautiful. So I get a lot of questions about this wall, and it is all wallpaper, and it's freaking amazing. You can see if you look closely at the seams. I don't know if you can see that, but from far away, you honestly cannot tell. And I've taken so many pictures of this wall, and so many people have been like, oh my gosh, you have a natural brick wall in your apartment? But again, this is another DIY that doesn't take too long. It is a little expensive. I think each roll was about 20 bucks, so I think I ended up using maybe 5 rolls. So yeah, that can get expensive. For this type of picture moment, I thought it was really worth it. Working our way around, this bar cart was from Ikea. I think it was like 40 bucks, which I thought was pretty expensive, but I couldn't find a bar cart for cheaper. The E and C lights I also got from Amazon. I will link them below. They have all of the letters and they are super cute. And then right next to it, we have our TV stand and TV. This TV stand we got from Walmart. It was one of the more expensive pieces in here. I think it was like $95. But again, I searched and searched and searched, and this was the cheapest one I could find that I really liked. The TV Chumley bought at Best Buy. Yeah, it was Best Buy. He also got the sound bar at Best Buy as well. We got the TV for cheaper than it was because it was like a open package, or however Best Buy does that. So this shelf, let me tell you about it. I had this vision of making this open shelving bookcase looking thing, and at first I just looked to buy one and I realized that all of them were hella expensive. But then I realized that some of the materials that I needed to make them were not bad at all. I bought all of the piping from Home Depot. After drawing up a plan of what I wanted it to look like and figuring out the measurements of everything, how big I wanted it to be, got all the pieces at Home Depot, and I spray painted them with some metal/furniture spray paint. And then I got the pieces of wood on sale from Home Depot, and I sanded all of it down, and then I stained all of it myself. That is how this shelf came together. If you're not a fan of Harry Potter, are we even really friends? The thing that I should have really thought about before building this shelf. The wall over here is cement, and so is the wall on the opposite side of the apartment, so not this one, but the one in the bedroom that you'll see. We're kind of enclosed by 2 cement walls, which is fantastic for soundproofing in this apartment. You can't hear your neighbors. What I didn't think about is the fact that we have to drill into cement. I had to buy a cement drill bit and figure all of that stuff out, so be careful what you actually drill into. This lamp is, I believe, from either Home Depot or Amazon, and I will link it below. It's very, very cute. So for the actual living room setup, we did put the couches in the middle of the room, and I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I wanted them to be a little bit cozier, and I did want the walls to be free for some other things that I ended up doing. We'll talk about why those are blank in a second. These couches actually, we're super lucky that we didn't have to spend money on these. They were given to me by my mom, and it actually worked out pretty nicely that my mom and sister were moving out of our old house at the same time that we moved into this apartment, and there were 2 sets of couches in our old house, so she gave me the full set, which is really, really, really nice. The pillows, I got the pillow covers and I think the actual pillows on Amazon. Carpet, you might think, is an unusual choice for the decor, but Chumley and I both grew up with carpets like this. It's very, I don't know, traditional Sri Lankan. Every Sri Lankan household has a carpet like this. I just saw this rug, saw the colors and how it complemented the walls' colors, and I fell in love. This was definitely not a coffee table when we first got it. This was, again, in the basement of my old house. The top was super scratched up and dented, and at first I was like, okay, maybe I can just sand it down and then refinish it, but then I realized that was going to be super hard because of how deep the scratches were. So instead, I just got contact paper. So I got this marble one, and yes, I did cut out every single piece because I am a maniac and the contact paper wouldn't fit over the entire thing nicely, so I cut all the pieces out instead. These nesting tables, I use them as side tables, and I got them from Groupon actually. I got this one and the one that you'll see on the other end. Just use them to store all of my blankets. This is the other nesting table. It's slightly shorter than the other one, but it still works. When you're walking over to this gorgeous window, I found this bench. So I figured I'd make a little nook to sit down and look out the window, and honestly, I spend a lot of time just sitting here. You probably saw from the before video that this apartment came with blinds. They did let us put in new drapes. So the actual curtain rod and like the knobs at the end and the little hangy things, these are technical terms here, people. Those are all from Ikea. So are the curtains, actually. They are just like linen white curtains from Ikea. And just a little tip for you guys, if you ever hang your own curtains, hang the curtains as high as possible. It actually elongates your room and it makes your room, like the ceiling, look taller. Walk over from this little sitting area. I actually made this little nook with a big full-length mirror, a little lamp, and then some plants. Behind this mirror is actually our heating, cooling box thing. Again, technical terms. It hides how ugly it is perfectly. Onto the infamous gallery wall. We put the Ikea frames up first. We never ended up putting pictures up, and now we've been living in this apartment for like 9-10 months and still haven't done it. This is another DIY that you guys could easily do. Basically, I picked out the Ikea frames, laid them out on my floor, and figured out what layout I wanted. And I also knew that I wanted to put these shelves up. And basically, these shelves are also just scrap pieces of wood from Home Depot. And then the brackets are also from Home Depot. And I just sanded down these pieces of wood, restained them, and it was really pretty easy. So this is a little walkway, and when you get to the end, you see another lamp, this little plant stand that my mom gave me, and then we have my bookcase. This came from my bedroom from when I was younger. These are all the books that I have loved and loved and loved over the years. So over here, you can see what I was talking about when I said random Sri Lankan things. It's a candle holder. When you go down the hallway, it's pretty big. I hung a mirror over here because I thought that it was really pretty and I like mirrors. Over here is another Sri Lankan heirloom thing. Basically like a vase. I think I'm gonna find some fake feathers or something to put in there. On the other side of the hallway, we have a closet. You get to the end of the hallway, you have the bathroom. You have this massive mirror that I truly appreciate. This wall was completely blank. What I did was I grabbed more of the pipes from Home Depot and then more wood from Home Depot, which I sanded and stained myself, and made these cute little racks for the bathroom. Across from the bathroom is the bedroom. So when you enter, you can see all the way through to our amazing windows and our amazing view. Starting with the right side, we have this really old looking dresser. I got it from my mom from the old house, and I couldn't turn down a free ginormous dresser. Over here on our wall, another easy DIY for you guys to do. We found these floating shelves from Ikea, and I had this really cool idea to just put all of my shoes on it. We did have to put drywall anchors because this wall is drywall. So we were in desperate need of a desk setup, but Chumley actually found this video of this guy, and he had found these Ikea shelves, and he had used 2 of them. We actually used 3 to make a dual desk, and then this Ikea kitchen countertop. And then he found these little stool table things. I don't even know what they're called. I'll link them below. You screw those into the Ikea shelves, and then you just lay the Ikea countertop on top. It was a little bit more expensive. I think it was closer to $200, but if you think about the fact that we got 2 desks out of it and 1 desk runs you more than $100, this was pretty good. One extra special thing that we did in here was hang up this pendant light from Ikea. This is cement, so we did have to drill into cement again, which is a pain in the butt. It just really frames our desk very nicely. And then over in this corner, we have another plant from Ikea, I will link below, along with a planter from Ikea. And then this beautiful lamp, I will link that below as well. Just to give a moment to the wall, we actually just put up this wallpaper. It's supposed to look like wood, and I actually really like it. I'm not sure if I'm in love with it. I'm wondering whether it would make more sense to just paint the wall. This entire bed, it's a queen. This is actually my bed from when I was younger, so we still use it because it was free, basically, and it still works. A king would be amazing for us, and we're working on that, but till then, a free bed is nice too. These pillow covers, I think, are actually, the blue ones are from Ikea, I believe. And then these 2 pillow covers for the white ones are from Amazon, and I'll link them below. And then this is the bedside table that actually came with my bed, so we brought it over here too. This lamp I think I also got on Amazon, and then this plant I got from Ikea along with the pot. Chumley's bedside table, I believe I also got on Amazon. In this corner I have a little clothing rack. We put our backpacks that we use for work down here, and then just clothes that we're going to be wearing throughout the week. So this is our closet. And just like the front laundry room, we took off the doors to this closet. We just really like that open concept feel, and honestly, taking the doors off of here just made the entire room feel bigger. When we first got the apartment, they just had like one rack against the one side of the wall and then maybe like one rack over here. But what we did was we took them down and we bought 2 shelving units from Home Depot, and I will link them below. But basically this whole thing with the 2 clothing racks and then the shelves, that's 1 unit. This is another. And we put them in ourselves because we have a lot of clothes. I mean, just my side alone, look at how packed it looks. And then Chumley's side, which is also pretty packed. We kind of DIY'd how these clothing racks would kind of intersect. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The thing I forgot to mention is that we pretty much have an entirely smart home. So Google controls mostly everything for us, which is pretty fantastic. So hey Google, turn everything off.
Sure, turning 7 things off.
I love her. Thank you, Google. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe because I'm probably going to put out more of those DIY projects for you soon and go into detail about some of the things that I did. And let me know what else you want to see. Maybe like a pantry tour, even though I don't cook, so it'll be all Chumley stuff. Let me know what else you want to see and I would love to film them for you because what else am I gonna do during quarantine? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it and I will see you guys soon.